exactly the way that we have been. When we brought in, I'll tell you how this started. When I first got on the board, about 6 weeks after I got on the board, we were told that there was a $4 million shortfall in our insurance account that had built up over the previous 4 years and had not been detected by anybody. One of the reasons for this was that we had a $150 million budget basically being run by a bookkeeper. We didn't have a finance director. Previous boards, in an incredibly short-sighted approach, had eliminated the position. So even though in 2012 we were forced by the massive budget shortfall to lay people off, I insisted that we create a new position of Chief Financial Officer, and we did, and brought in Rich Rudel to that position. Mr. Rudel was an outstanding finance director, and in cooperation with the board and with Manny, over the next couple of years, we fundamentally, as I mentioned before, changed the approach to budgeting in this school system. We found all sorts of ways to save millions of dollars while we were adding staff, while we were adding programs, because, quite frankly, the finances in the school system had been abysmally mismanaged up until that point. So the way that you do this is the way we've been doing it, which is instead of simply adding a percentage to last year's budget and coming in and saying that's what we need, we fundamentally review every line in this budget to look for places that we can save money and places that we should add money, and put it into a presentation which is now understandable to people. Instead of having to read through a massive incomprehensible book, you can now see it summarized in a few pages, which also makes it easier to make our case to the mayor and the Board of Estimate and the council to fund that budget. So what we need to do is keep doing what we're doing, and now that we've succeeded in taking the best city finance director in the state and turning him into our finance director, I think we can keep doing that.
Great, that's time. Mr. Perrone.
Again, I would just simply support our current CFO in the decisions he's making. And again, we truly have someone who's kind of stepped the game up already in his short time as CFO of Norwalk Public Schools. He's already looking at the way things are laid out and already examining the way the money's spent and where it's spent and where it's coming from. That's evident with the some of the funds that were just kind of applied for with this alliance grant with the state. So again, having someone who truly has the leadership and the intelligence to lead us financially is important as well.
Ms. Nussbaum?
In speaking with Dr. Adamowski, he brought to, I'm sure, everyone's attention, but in our conversation, he said that there was actually money that was mismanaged that he found, and he wanted to put to good use in the education system. So I'm a Norwalk homeowner. I'm sure most of you are. I know nobody wants taxes to go up, and I think that there is money that was mismanaged, that was misused, that could be put back into the educational system.
Okay, is there any rebuttal?
Yeah, I have a rebuttal.
All right, Mr. Mead.
So, I think Mr. Nuzzo was talking about some grants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we should not be doing with grants is funding headcount. So if the grant runs out, we're left holding the bag. The grants need to be used for special programs that if the grant does fall out, we're not looking at headcount reductions. So when he said misused, well, we're still misusing them this year, but we're not, going forward, we're not going to do that anymore. Okay?
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. That's time, but hold on to that mic.
Okay.